And the 1-0.
Ball.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
2 outs. That one close, ruled a ball. Now 3-1. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. France drifts towards it. He's there. He's got it. And the inning is over. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. It's on to inning number 2 in St. Louis. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Mariners nothing. New inning getting started. So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Trey Griffey. And here it comes. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Gibson, a former All-Star. He features a sinker, a cutter, a slurve, a changeup, and he works in a 4-seamer. Just missed. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson to some boot, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
Did he go?
1-1, check swing, appeal down to third. No swing. Gary Simmons with the call. The 2-1. And another ball. Ground ball to the right side. Finds its way through, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Gibson checks on the runner, and he dives back in safely. The 0-1, runner takes off, pitches low. Throw to second, and great jump.
Well, he picked over once just before the pitch to check on him, but that didn't seem to slow his jump on the pitch at all. I think that guy's been studying some video. Awesome job to be prepared, got the timing down, and he gets in the scoring position.
The 1-1. And that one fouled off. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Runner goes again. Fights that one away, still 1-2. The Redbirds leading by a run here in the top of the second. Liner snagged it first.
Well, that had RBI knock written all over it. Put a great swing on it, put a nice job on the infield to react and bring it down.
And up next for Seattle, Ty France.
Too much swing and miss in his at-bats recently, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Griffey over at second, 1 down. Wouldn't chase that time. And now 2 balls and a strike.
This is one of those situations where the pitcher may not really want to deal with the guy in the box, and you got to be aware of that. Take your walk. I couldn't do it, but I think he can.
Yeah, that's a little bit high. And now 3-1. Check on the runner.
He's safe.
And a at second. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Contreras throws. Not in time. It's a stolen base.
Well, sometimes stealing third base can be tough, especially if that shortstop or second baseman are making some noises, moving towards the bag, try to make you think that you've got to stay close. Well, they didn't do a very good job of that. Got a comfortable lead, got a great jump, and that's how you steal third base.
Here comes a 3-2. Out towards right center field. Nootbaar on the move. He's got it. Runner tags for home. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. It's 1-1.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
The batter now will be Will Smith. And first offering is fouled off.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
And that's downstairs and outside. And another ball. Off the mark there. And that's ball 3.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Swing and a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And here is number 13. Tied up here in the early going. That one not close. 1-1. In the air right field. Nootbaar sizes this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. All tied 1-1. Back here at Busch Stadium. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. And the pitch. Hard hit right side. On to France. Leadoff man retired here in the second. This is Dylan Carlson. California kid. Played for his dad at Elk Grove High School. His teammates there with Nick Madrigal. First offering, and it just misses. Breaking ball through there for a strike. That's down and in. A slider missed. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Griffey under it. And there's 2 away.
Batting in the right field.
Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. That one misses. Ball 1. And a good eye there. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Bounced up the middle. Gathered in by Seager. Throw to first. Over. Redbirds down quietly. Score remains tied 1-1. Back here in St. Louis, on to the 3rd inning. In now is the Mariners DH, Alberto Rodriguez. The pitch. One fouled off. Left-hand batter waits. Strike two.
No more, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Contreras takes it in for the out. 2 away. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or can be bunted right back at a position player.
Polanco in the box here lets that one go for a ball. In there at the knees. And the count is 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Two outs.
That's out.
Hard on the ground to first. He'll do it himself. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nobody left for Seattle. Still tied 1-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the shortstop, Mason Wynn. It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
Ball 1, no strike.
Kershaw deals. In the air out towards right center. Rodriguez settles under it. Makes the grab. And there's one away.
Now back. The left fielder.
Here's the left fielder, Jordan Walker. Grounded out his first time. The pitch timer expired before he started his windup, so that's a ball.
That must be incredibly frustrating for the pitcher, but this is all about creating more action and speeding up the game, and it's working.
And a foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And delivers outside. It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arms warm forever if it's a long break, and going to have to exit this game a little early.
Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
The kick, the 3-2. And there's ball 4. Runner on at first with one gone. And now Brendan Donovan. That one clips the outside corner. Strike 1. That's a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate.
Oh, now this one's blasted deep to left. Way back there. On its way and out of here. His 27th home run of the season, and it gives him the lead in the third. It's 3-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off.
Gorman batting for the second time, and that's strike one. That's off the mark, and that is ball one. 2 down, nobody on. This to third, boots it. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Now back.
And here's Paul Goldschmidt. And first offering is fouled off. Right through there for a strike.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. And now the right fielder, Julio Rodriguez. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
And that one hit to first. Takes it himself, and one gone to the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Trey Griffey up next for the Mariners. And the first pitch misses for ball one. On the ground. On the run, throw to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth. Seager stands in now. He's been a great free agent side. Center field. Carlson tracks it down for the out. Back here in St. Louis, and up to hit is Wilson Contreras. The wind and the pitch. Contreras, multi-time All-Star, 31 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. And there's a strike.
1-1.
Foul ball. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Here's the center fielder, Dylan Carlson. He's 0 for 1. Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul. Bases empty, 1 away here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Outside corner, there's a strike.
0-2 is the count.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Next offering is outside.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, it would be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
That catches the top part of the zone. 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
2 outs. That one misses, and that's ball 2. Out to center. Seager makes his way towards it, makes a nice running catch, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals, but they still lead it 3-1. Back here in St. Louis, and here's the first baseman, Ty France. Gibson back to work. Just missed.
Well, these Mariners just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Next offering is downstairs.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Zips it across, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. And up to the plate is Will Smith. 1 for 1 with a single so far. This to center field. Carlson settles underneath it. Puts it away for the out. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Now it's the second baseman. Fly to right his first time. That's outside. Ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Headed down the line. And that will drop foul. Belichick swing at the 1-1. Look down to first, and he held back, according to Larry Bullard. 2 down, nobody on. 2 low, and it's ball 3.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
(3-1), and he couldn't come up with it.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Rodriguez now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. On the ground, out to short. They get the force. That's out number 3. Mariners leave 1, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Back here at Busch Stadium, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now Mason Wynn. The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering is in for a strike. And the pitch. On the ground to short, Seager. The throw to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Now up for St. Louis, Jordan Walker.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at bat.
Splits the plate, 0-1. One down, base is empty. Now this is in the air down the line. Rodriguez heads towards it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the Cardinals, the second baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. Brendan Donovan next up for the Cardinals. He's already homered in this game. Just missed. Not close with that one, and it's 2-0. 2 outs. There's a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's outside. And that's ball 3. Nolan Arenado up next for the Cardinals. And now the lefty. And a foul ball. The lefty fires. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing there for St. Louis as the lead remains 3-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the left fielder, Kyle Isbell. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Missed with a changeup, and 1-1. On the ground to first. Nice grab. Throws from the seat of his pants. Nicely done for the out.
I love the fact that the pitcher didn't become a spectator on this play. Nice job by the first baseman to dive, get dirty, knock that ball down. And if the pitcher's not there, he's got nobody to flip it to. Excellent job by both those guys.
Polanco stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Next offering in there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Foul ball, he stays alive. The 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Gets a piece and stays alive. Right-hander kicks, deals. Into center. And there's 2 down. Julio Rodriguez, the next to hit. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
The Cardinals up by 2 here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Next offering is in for a strike. Up the middle, win. In plenty of time to first. Rodriguez out of the play. That's the 3rd. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Nolan Arenado. Here comes a pitch. And that's outside, and it's 1-0. On the ground to third. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now back, the designated hitter, Nolan.
Here's Nolan Gorman. And that's in there at the knees. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
0-2.
The pitch. And down on strikes. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pull it back.
And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. In the dirt, a ball, 1 strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Kershaw fires. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Redbirds down quietly, and the score stays 3-1. New arm on the mound for the Cardinals, Zach Thompson.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
The pitch. Griffey lays off down low as he digs in for the 3rd time. Swings and misses. And it's 1-1.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
And another ball. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Jojo Romero. It appears to be getting loose. Gallegos, a right-hander, loosening up as well. Ripped to first.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Seager, the next to hit, takes outside. Now 1-1.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
And that's down and away.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
There's a strike. At the belt and fires. And that's off the inside edge. And the count's full. Time called now before the payoff pitch. The Cards holding on to a 2-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And that one lifted in the air center field. Carlson settles underneath it and makes the grab. And that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And now the first baseman, Ty France. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. The Mariners trailing by 2 here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And 1-2.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
2 down, nobody on. That's towards center. Pulls it in on the run. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down that time. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Mariners 1. Back here in St. Louis, set for the last half of the 7th. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Wilson Contreras. As the lefty gets to work. And there's a strike. And that one fouled off. 0-2 now. Ball 1 there. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Dylan Carlson now at the plate.
Went down looking on 3 pitches.
Aroldis Chapman into the game. He has a great slider with tons of movement. First pitch misses. Chapman, the lefty, who lights up the radar gun. 36 years old, and he was born in Cuba. And another ball. Next pitch is outside. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at-bat turns out.
The pitch. And he walked him.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Newport at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there. Next offering is in for a strike. And there's a ball.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much. A 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Kicks and deals. And that one off the outside edge.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
That one in triple digits. Contreras over at second. Carlson over at first with 1 away. Caught him looking for the K. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
Wouldn't chase that time.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Dauri Moreta.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
And the pitch is in for a strike. 2-2 now. 2 outs. A couple of base runners at first and second. And another ball. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And the right-hander deals. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Right-handed reliever. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Giovanni Gallegos.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
And he deals. It's in and out of his glove. But the throw to first gets him easily, and that's the first out.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Here's the second baseman. Fly ball down the line, and that's a foul ball. Started after the 0-1 pitch, and now a check down to first. He did not go around. That one finds the corner, and it's 1-2. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Sizing this one up. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Rodriguez in the box again. Takes the strike. The 0-2. Next offering misses down and away.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. 1 more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
2 outs. That one almost got him. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And 1-2-3 go the Mariners. Back here in St. Louis, on to the bottom of the 8th. Now up for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know he didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Arenado stands in now and watches strike 1. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
And ball 1. Fouls it off, still 1-2. 1 down, base is empty. And they'll do it again. And the righty deals. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Good eye in that spot.
It's a good take.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Line, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Nolan Gorman. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Not even close there. And the count even 1-1. And a pitch. Gonna count 1-2. Arenado, the base runner at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And now a man into scoring position. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning. So 2 on with 2 away. Wilson Contreras getting ready to hit. There's a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
In the dirt, but kept close. But no advance from the runners. The Redbirds trying to break this one open. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Misses, and the count's even at 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. Three-2 now. On the ground, right side. And that's just foul. First and second, 2 down. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 are left. Through 8 full, it's... And welcome back to the ballpark. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now it's Kyle Isbell. And a pitch. That misses. 1-0. Righty delivers. The hit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Swing and a miss, and 1-0-2 on the radar gun. Got it by him for the K.
Kind of a weird pitch and a weird swing on that strikeout. It was just a slider that caught a lot of the plate. I'd say a very hittable location. But in the box, I think he just gave up on it way too early. And by the time he realized it was dropping into the zone, he just fires off a really poor swing.
Goldie steps on first for the out. So it's their last chance in this one. And stepping in for the Mariners, Julio Rodriguez. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. That's outside. Ball 1.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Swing and a miss.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
The M's down to their final strike. That one missed.
2-2 count.
Time called. The 2-2 will have to wait just a second. The pitch. Good job to fight that one off. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
He's done it again, Bird. That's his 30th save of the year as he puts another game to bed. Sweet dreams, everyone.
And your final 3-1 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shelby. Thanks for joining us.
St. Louis Cardinals, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 6 runners on base. For the Mariners, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.